What is our soul made of? We're going to hear about our spirit body merging, and a purpose for creativity, some methods to clean our chakras, and improve our mental health. Welcome to the New Spirit Radio Show by the Society of Novus Spiritus, founded by world-renowned spiritual teacher Sylvia Browne. I'm stating it should be November 5th of 2025. Coming to you live from California, both NorCal and SoCal are your hosts, Reverend Tom Bigley and Reverend Catherine Taylor, playing audio segments we call Messages from Spirit. Why? Helping you answer the fundamental question. What are we here for?
These segments are recorded trance sessions from Francine, Sylvia's spirit guide. So for new people, Sylvia was a full trance medium, which means Sylvia contracted to let her and Francine's essences exchange places in Sylvia's body. And we think of our bodies being similar to a car where one driver gets out and another driver gets in. And this allowed Francine to share spiritual knowledge with us directly from the other side.
On occasion, another master teacher and healer, a guide named Rahim, would exchange with Sylvia and present us with spiritual information as well. Francine and Rahim shared directly from sources like the Akashic Records, Mother and Father God, our spirit guides, Christ, and many others.
And meanwhile, during trance, Sylvia would sit on a nice bench in a rose garden on the other side.
And here are our hosts, Reverend Catherine Taylor and Reverend Tom Bigley.
Hello, how are you?
Howdy. You're over there. That's where you're at. Hi. Fist bumps.
We got it. We did.
All right. Fun.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. Oh, I said that. What I'd like to do, welcome all the new listeners. And of course, we want to welcome all the continuing listeners as well. I want to give a brief outline so that everybody's aware of what we're presenting here, what goes on, and what you ought to wait for and participate in. We'd like to start out with some announcements, and then we're going to follow that by our favorite segment called How Did You Use Novus Spiritus Philosophy? If you're familiar with it, now's that time to start posting in the comments how you used it while we share and expose ourselves. Ooh. That's followed by our special prayer and a moment of silence. Then we're going to get into the meat of our show, the trance segments. That's followed by meditation by Sylvia. And I'll move on to some closing notes. And then we have a special prayer ceremony that everybody's welcome to participate in. I'll talk about that when we get there. That's followed by appreciation, a prayer by Sylvia. Yes, we conclude with a prayer by Sylvia. And by all means, when we get there, start posting in the comments. What did you share? Share. No, what did you get from us? What was your favorite part about this? And how has this helped you? It's always fun to hear. And I'm going to share that on video. I can click, if you haven't seen it, you'll get your comment posted in the video here at the end. Now I like to see if our candle will stay lit. And by all means, wherever you're at, if you want... Hello, there we go. By all means, if you're in a spot that's comfortable with lighting candles, light one for yourself as well, or for those around you. If not, there's always those fun flickering LED bulbs as well. This one's going to be a debate, but we'll see what happens. Oh, announcements. That's what's next. Again, welcome to all the new subscribers and followers. Yes, those numbers are going up, so that's very helpful. We do encourage, share this with someone. See if this is beneficial for them as well. And I'm not sure if you want to help others benefit from this content, but you can help pay it forward and promote the content. On Facebook, if you'd share, like, and follow, and on YouTube, if you'd subscribe and give a thumbs up, and click on that bell so you get notified when we actually officially start live. Sometimes we get into challenges on our end. that keep us, take an extra few minutes that, we don't perceive. Oh, also, you can donate. You can use a credit card, Venmo, or PayPal on our website. And if you are familiar with Zelle, we do accept Zelle. It's a money transfer service that's supported by the major banks. If you're using Zelle, you can send funds to office@novus.org. Let's see. Oh, I also curious, would you need a financial advisor for spiritual wealth? Well, like a financial advisor helps plan your future, Chris Dufresne helps you plan your soul's future. I encourage you, not to miss out on Chris question specials with the email notifications. Also, Facebook users. Facebook deletes these videos after 30 days, I believe. So if you're looking to look at the past shows, you're going to have to go find another venue like YouTube. A second thing, if you're new to watching us on Facebook, if you want, to have your name seen in the comments, you're going to go to our description, look for the link that says talkstudiostreamlabs.com/Facebook, click on that, and accept the permissions. It's a one-time thing. It's just some feature thing that I guess it's kind of a security thing for Facebook. So check those out. I did forget to mention, if you're looking to get notices from Chris's website, put your email in there and you'll get notifications. What do we have? So how did you how did you use Novus Spiritus of philosophy last week? This is our favorite portion where I encourage Kat, or I offer Kat. You can go first. You can choose. We can do rock, scissors, paper, but I have to preface this, or spoiler alert, I haven't done my homework.
All right. I am going to volunteer to go first then. If something comes to mind, that's
all right.
Perfectly welcome. We'll see where we go. What did I use of Novus philosophy? It might appear that I am going through things as well in my mind, trying to think of what I used, because I didn't prepare my homework either, but that's okay. So it's the first of the month, and here is
ta-da!
Okay, it's a friendly reminder, Rahim's once a month suggestion, encouragement, that having a glass of water that is 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar and 1 teaspoon baking soda is very, very good as a type of cleansing. And he said in the trance that they were not sure on the other side why it works for cleaning out any sort of radiation, but apparently it does. And so that was his recommendation. I don't know. So I am ready for this terrible drink that I will drink off screen. So
are you going to gargle with it?
Oh heavens, no! We're going to get it over with. And I still am very envious of the few of you who have mentioned that you're absolutely fine with the taste. And
wow,
it's incredible. I have marvelous envy. So I've been continuing to work on my health and getting diet into a better place, and I've been just increasingly asking for God to help me have a healthier relationship to food, not having cravings outside of things, and to just program myself and tell myself that if I have a craving for something, let it be something healthy and positive, and let it not be disruptive to my day, where I'm sitting there being like, where's the ice cream? I would love ice cream, because I remember one of the first things that I saw Sylvia in on Montel when I was much younger.
Yeah.
And she was answering She was answering folks' questions in the audience, and these two lovely people stood up and they're like, what do we need to do to get our health in a better place? And Sylvia was just like, we need to have a talk about the ice cream.
Talk about calling someone out. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And so, no, I am sincerely trying to get health into a better place, and I've been really, really getting diet moving in the right direction. Yes, please.
Can I make a suggestion?
I would love to hear.
I don't know where I heard it, but I believe I heard it. I don't know where I heard it, but I think it was Francine suggested when you're craving sweets, grab a protein.
Oh, that is brilliant. Thank you.
So you know what my go-to is for that?
I would love to hear.
Peanut butter.
Oh, that is brilliant. Yes, indeed. Okay.
Now I've wanted to I'd be like, okay, the only way I'm going to take peanut butter is put it on a cracker, put it on bread or something and eat it. But it's like lately I've been able to just get like 2 big spoonfuls and put them in a little dish and take spoonfuls of it. Just take spoonful of it and pretend I'm well, I haven't, but I could pretend I'm a dog with peanut butter on my tongue. If you've ever seen a dog with peanut butter.
No, that's such a good life hack. That's really good. I'll remind myself of that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that reminder. If I'm craving sweets, go for a protein. All right.
Yeah.
That's in line with everything that we've heard about them talking about the essential nature of protein, and that it's very difficult to get enough for in some cases, especially if someone is struggling with trying to balance themselves out. That's great. Yes, please.
I did bring something to mind.
Oh, marvelous. I'm so excited to hear.
It's sort of a follow-up from last week when I was talking about how I what was it, in an email I sort of said inappropriate things, getting into how do you say, a texting argument over email.
Oh, it happens.
And I was like, I was finally like, well, I mentioned that, I got to let this go. So I apologized and said, okay, I'm wrong. I'm sorry for whatever I said. And it seemed to settle things. And the negative energy that I was feeling that kept coming at me, it seemed like it stopped. It just went away.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, oh, well, that's an interesting, seems like a trial, as it were. Something for me to, and I can't remember if I mentioned this last week, but it seemed related to my secondary theme of tolerance and wanting to let go of things and just say, you know what, it's not worth it, even though part of the tolerance theme says, no, it's got to be, I have to, it's got to, and no, I'm like, I've got to stop doing that. I got to let that little, if you're not sure, think of, had to stop and relate to, okay, what are my feelings? What is my motivation for wanting to do an action? Is it for the benefit of somebody, or is it my stubbornness? And it was just for me to identify my stubbornness, to say, you know what, that's part of my tolerance theme. I got to let that go. And it's like, how do you encourage a small stubborn child to do what you'd like them to do? You gotta let them do it for themselves. And it seems like it's taken me a while to want to let that happen instead of forcing myself. And some people will say, oh, I have to do it that way and let's create a habit. But it's like, you know what? If I don't emotionally give it up, it's still going to be there. It's me that has to say, all right, I got to let this go. It's one of those, like, recognizing for yourself that you're choosing which emotion, which motivation. It's not something I can, put or draw or anything. It's something you're going to have to experience of facing the two emotions, facing the decision. Am I going to stick with my stubbornness when I know, for me personally, that's my lesson of, hey, I got to let those go? Or am I going to choose, wanting to step forward?
Mm-hmm.
And that's seems to have, I guess, for the expression that's coming to mind is opening doors. And I'm seeing interesting infusion when I'm attending my Toastmasters class. I'm seeing some interesting infusion where it's like, oh, things click much easier, and I ideas pop in my head. One of the tools we have is, or one of part of the meeting we have is impromptu speaking. You get like 2 minutes, and someone's going to prompt you with a question. It's kind of like a fun AI game, but
Love it.
it's for us to be on our toes, kind of thing. And it's been interesting the ideas that come to mind. And
Oh dear. Oh dear, is that me or is that Tom?
wow, that's interesting. Where are you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone.
You know what? that means that means I was saying something important when technology is like trying to
Right.
keep.
Yes, that's how we view these things. We view these things as energy comes up in the room and things start malfunctioning electronically. So
Wow, I see we're back on YouTube
marvelous.
properly. That's
Okay, that's
interesting.
good.
So, I think I completed my thought. It's been
Marvelous.
interesting, the follow up to the lesson of I had to let that go, the positive that comes out of that. It's like, again, when we have lessons, negativity, as our spirituality rises, which hand is spirituality? As spirituality
Yes.
rises,
Oh,
negativity comes up to meet it, and we just have to step over it. And things happen beyond that.
that is a very, very real and admirable lesson that you're talking about that is relatable to, I think, everybody. I know that I'm Chris Dufresne a long time ago was talking to me about how stubborn I am. And I was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, oh.
No, I'm not. That's perfect verbiage.
Oh man, he has said some really direct things to me occasionally.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I can be pretty stubborn sometimes and have blindness about it. One thing that I have tried to really welcome into my being is that when I notice myself getting stubborn or having some feeling some sort of way,
Yeah.
it really helps me to go talk to somebody else who's a neutral party and say, I just need to bounce some ideas off of you. Help me figure out where my emotions are coming from on this, where my thoughts are coming from this, and where my values are, like, and how my values are informing this situation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times when I am able to do that and really kind of reflect on my values, where, like, I want to say maybe 8 times out of 10. So it's not always, but I want to say like 8 times out of 10, I am being unnecessarily stubborn in a way that is not in alignment with my true values. It's been my experience of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to put it in like a too long, just like put it in like a little snippet, just to ask myself, okay, do I want to be right in this instance, or do I want to be effective?
Yeah. That's another pair of questions of
And then my pride will say something and I'll have to like think about it.
yeah.
To be all right, no, my values are I want to be effective in this world. Okay, all right. And that will inform usually a much better path for me. So I'm in tremendous admiration that you brought that up. So
Loyalty,
Very good.
gratitude, and commitment.
Yes.
And you know what else was just came to mind was the the golden keys, which it started out as the 7 golden keys, and then as when Francine presented the mystical traveler, the 8 golden keys come
Yes.
to mind, which I don't recall where those are. Well, you do apparently.
I'm gonna pull them up. I'm about to pull 'em up.
That's fun.
Continue. Yeah, please continue.
The golden keys are a helpful reminder if you're wondering, oh, which way should I go, which decision, and
Goodness, yes.
one is asking for help if you're just being plain stubborn, helping recognize that. But I'm also curious for people that have other themes than yours and mine. You know, the
Oh, yeah.
primary and secondary. What are those? What kind of things are presented to you as far as the lessons, your life lessons? You know, being a rescuer, or I'm just trying to recall some of the other themes that are involved that those create lessons in your life, and it would be fun to take those choices and those ideas and put those against the golden keys, help possibly help you decide and review. Oh, what will be the helpful next choice? Not there.
So I've got the mystical traveler keys pulled up, but I'm going to go find the 7 keys of spirituality because I know exactly what you're talking about. So I'm going to.
Well, they're. I think they're just pretty much the same. It's just I think there's obviously one extra,
Very
but
close.
they're. I would say just for fun, don't describe them, but read them off. Read off the list of the 8 keys of the mystical traveler.
So
Would you?
I would be very, very happy to. So the 8 golden keys of the mystical traveler that Sylvia says anyone can call upon, all right, and work towards: fortitude, mercy, honesty and honor, integrity, loyalty, gratitude, psychic and healing ability, levity, the ability to laugh, and great and grand intelligence. So infused knowledge. And that is a little bit different than the other keys. Let me take a look because I really want to know. I'm so fascinated by this.
Okay.
I'm very fascinated about this. But please continue. Any thoughts you have while I look this up real quick?
Oh, my go-to for like positive reinforcement, and I did this in the past and I stopped, and this is a side topic, but so while you're looking that up, something to help, like, what's the right word? Positive reinforcement for myself. I used to do popsicles, the single stick popsicles, for fun. It's just, the end of the day, or I've done something accomplished, I go grab one of those out of the freezer, and I'd stop doing that, and I have no idea why. It's just I'd stop getting them, and then it got into ice cream. We started doing the ice cream flavors. Oh, this is fun. Oh, well, okay. And Rosie, my partner, is like, no, we got to stop the ice cream. So okay, so I recently went and got a box of popsicles again and stuck them in the freezer, just for something simple and easy for a reward, as it were. I was suggested that years ago, and every once in a while, if I'm not doing it, it pops into my head that's a fun, helpful. It's simple. Yeah, okay, great. It's got some sugar in it, but to me, it's not enough to be concerned about. Besides that, they do make sugar-free ones too, which I won't try, but I'll let somebody else get into that. What'd you discover?
Okay, so I found Trance from Rahim in 1992, and he says that The 7 keys are indigenous to all mankind, to the creative spark of mankind. And any deviation from these 7 means that you're off track. So he lists fortitude, which is the same on the mystical traveler list, loyalty, gratitude, honor. That one's the same. 6th is love, and the 7th is pride. So that is a different list.
Okay.
Yeah.
And pride, not one of the 7 deadly sins. No, was that one of the 7 deadly sins? Pride.
Yeah.
It was envy. One of them was envy, I think. Anyway, but when we hear this from Rahim, pride wasn't about specialness of self. It was about being proud of what you've done, proud of yourself, proud that you wanting to care for yourself, pride in taking care of yourself.
Rahim says specifically to get the idea of being royal and not diminished. So being proud of yourself, proud of who you are, carrying yourself with pride, carrying yourself with honor and royalty. And and then that the love comes, and that love for self comes in that, and that has to be the case. Like, we have to have love for ourselves. That has to be the part of our spiritual growth, is to love the thing that God made in each of us. So yeah, so it's really interesting. It is a different list. I haven't looked at that in a while. I'm really glad you brought it up.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fun. Well, oh man, I was gonna cut everybody off and ignore everybody else, but oops, no. What's going on in the comments?
Okay, so we've got in the comments pride in your accomplishments, absolutely. We've got folks also having prayers for each other. Jorge was affected by the government shutdown. Prayers for him. Old school, we haven't heard from in a while. We just sent her and her family prayers, whatever is needed there. Let's see here. Garden says, Catherine, I used the dome of privacy to talk to God, and it does feel very peaceful. And then led under the house, also peaceful. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm so glad that you shared that. And it worked. It's marvelous. Michelle shares, this week's lesson for me was about recommitting to my life. I've been thinking about every aspect of my life and how devoted I am to each experience phase, and I'm amazed at how many things to consider. That is really cool. And she continues, for instance, in my jewelry business, I may not be able to make 50 pairs of earrings anymore, but I can commit to 25 pair, and thinking it through from an honest commitment. That is really, really lovely. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm excited for you. I think it's really exciting to take stock of where one is and what we're able to really put into the commitment of, which is one of the spiritual like necessities that we're talking about. It's amazing. More comments. Yvonne asks for prayers for a better job. We'll be happy to put you in our prayers. Also, continued prayers for Ramona's son and his recovery from his heart situation that he had a couple weeks ago. Absolutely. Tangela shares, I heard something about sugar cravings from a monk. Cut sugar for 3 weeks. The first 3 days will be hard, and then the body will start to get the sugar from the body's storage, and you'll find that you will lose weight and balance the sugar in the body. Yeah, thank you.
What do you do about the withdrawals?
Chris, no, okay. Speaking of like, I'm just owning all the things that Chris has yelled at me about over time. Chris yelled at me once about. He said that he asked, and this is how he approached the subject, and this is how I knew that I was really missing the mark on this, because Chris is like, we need to talk about. Do you have any idea how cranky you are to people when your blood sugar is low? You are so insufferable to be around. And he said, you're just snacking on junk food, anything that's around, and your blood sugar is doing all of this, and you are a basket case to everyone around you as well as to yourself. And that was the impetus that started a very, very significant transformation to keep my diet on track. And it's been years. I'm proud of myself. Hasn't been perfect, but oh my gosh, much improved. I was really glad I got yelled at. So
Yeah.
any encouragement is good encouragement. Couple more comments, and then I'm aware of the time, so we should probably move things along. Thomas says, I found flowers outside of my apartment building this morning, and I believe it was a sign from Mother God that everything will be fine. I'm going through things lately. That's really, really cool and beautiful, and send prayers your way that it keeps getting better and smooths out.
I want to know,
please,
in the comments, who's been seeing significant numbers on clocks or odometers, or Chris just did a fun post on I think probably all of the channels talking about, when you see the significant numbers like 11:11 or 10:10 or you can't get 22:22 on a clock, can you? Unless you're on a 24-hour clock. But those kind of numbers showing up on clocks, I look for the Trinity numbers, 333 or 369 or something like that. Can't do 369, but you can do 936 is one of. I'd like to know in the comments if any of you have been seeing those recently. It's in our household. It's kind of like it's an everyday thing for us, and we're like, okay, that's cool. I guess we're doing something right.
Ramona and Kaija say we have.
Cool.
Reverend Tom, yeah, it's cool. That's really interesting. All right, I think that's about a good place to pause for. And then Cheryl also says she sees triple digits every day for years.
Cool.
It's probably a good place to pause for comments for now. We'll look forward to continuing to read your comments and engage in really thoughtful, wonderful dialogue with spiritual questions all the way through. And maybe we can move on to special prayers and then our segments for tonight.
Maybe. Well, we could definitely do it. All right.
Cool.
Now it's time for special prayers where we encourage you to visualize what that outcome is going to be, whether it's for you or for yourself, or maybe it's the entire world or a specific country or something. Visualize what that outcome is, and then ask for the greater good. We're going to ask Mother God, the archetypes, archangels, and even our spirit guides to get involved and help make some influence for those that we've seen or see a need for. So let's take a moment of silence. We're going to get that energy out, get those questions out. Amen.
Amen.
And of course, I like to add, if you see a need, fill it. Be that prayer. Spirit Radio does what? Oh, we talk about philosophy and share things that we've learned over time. Now we can get into trance segments.
Marvelous, marvelous. Okay, so we are picking up talking about soulmates. And we've got two segments. First one is going to be, we're going to start off hearing about the physiology of the spirit body on the other side, merging and sexuality described on the other side, degrees of ecstasy on the other side, and then souls walking through us can actually take our emotional pain away while we're in life, which is amazing. We're going to hear about that.
Cool. All right, here we go.
The biological function of our body, you might be interested to know, this is just a type of trivia. We do have, only for the sake, I guess, of comfort or simpatico, we do have organs, except they're on the other side of what the normal are. We're reversed. We have appendages, all the sexual organs, even though we do not use them. We do have a merging, which is sexual.
But you don't use your appendages.
When an entity wants to merge with another entity, the person advances to the other one. We approach each other with arms out, just as you would embrace a loved one. And at that moment, the person will place their right hand or their left hand on the back of the other individual and push them inside of each other. At that point, the orgasm occurs. And it is an orgasm that is not explainable. It has all the tenets of what you have physically known, but with everything soul-wise. Sharing of knowledge, completeness of being, total camaraderie, simultaneously exchanging of essence, simultaneously exchanging of all experiences. It's truly miraculous. We're always just amazed. That's why I smile. Because you can always tell an entity who has just come in, died, you call them, because they can't quit merging. And everyone walks around saying, they just arrived, didn't they?
You say it's a completeness and exchange of essence and information and knowledge. I would suspicion, though, that the more you do it, the better your exchanges are. No, this is okay, okay. Put this.
You mean practice?
No. I would believe that somebody has so much knowledge and information that one pass through is not going to really ferret out all the detail, all the heart, all the soul.
Oh, it does. It does, because the entity is of such, it's almost like a brain transplant. It's almost like a complete dumping of information immediately.
Is it retained?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
And merging is open to all comers, so to speak.
Oh, yes. Now, there's some people that will not let you merge with them, and that's their individual privacy. And, but just the merging once, oh no, people who are in love with each other and want to experience what that person is experiencing. I mean, think of how wonderful it is that my soulmate, which as you know is named David, can go to a lecture. I can go to a symposium. And he comes back and I merge with him and dump the full knowledge of what I've learned and what he's learned. Plus the fact of the ecstatic feeling. of. Now, there are levels or degrees of ecstasy. With a soulmate, there is nothing that compares. Kindred souls is wonderful, but you immediately know the difference between your soulmate merging than your, because you see, we're constantly on my side learning. So when you know how frustrating it is in your earth life when you're trying to explain to someone how you feel. You can't. What we do then is walk towards you, merge with you, and we get the full knowledge of what you're going through.
Okay. You have said that all of us are, as it were, in a fishbowl, being observed by all of you. And that by watching us, they can, in some measure, gain some perfection.
Absolutely. Because the act in itself is far more significant than just emerging knowledge. To watch something enacted.
Now, we all know, and we're pretty mad about it, that you guys up there, you really don't know what it's all about because we're down here doing it. And we're feeling it and in pain. When we go up to the other side, do we transmit the pain?
Yes.
Well, that must be uncomfortable for you.
Well, but we choose to do that because we choose to know the knowledge. Observing something. How many times has a person said, even then they can't experience it, let's say you've had your tonsils out, and someone can say, oh, it was horrible, and another person has their tonsils out and said it wasn't so bad, and another person dies. It depends on the experiencing, background, behavioral overlays, individual DNAs of how people tolerate joy, pain, humor.
But that's all part of the package. And
All
we
part of the
can't
package.
transmit it. Do we ever, well, do people ever go into the Akashic records and try to pull it out, say, remotely without a merge?
Oh, certainly. You see, on my side, there are millions and millions of ways of gathering knowledge. We do it through Akashic records, we do it through emerging, we do it through observation, we do it through even soulmates will even, during a person's lifetime, try to walk through the entity that's on earth and relieve some of the pressure. So many people in grief will say, I'm suffering so excruciatingly, and then all of a sudden, one day, there was a feeling of a wash, and that's because a soulmate has finally merged enough or walked through enough, and each time taken a little bit of the pain with them, that they have eroded the pain. Otherwise, pain would never go away.
If there are aspects of your merging that you don't want to share, can you eliminate it?
Oh, you mean could you keep it private? Oh, yes.
With all the negativity that we experience and how down we get, what do you do with all those things?
Oh, we neutralize it immediately. And that's one of the reasons why so many people meet the incoming entity. Let's say a person's died a horrible death, or even a suicide, or a person who's struggled for breath. We immediately do one or two things. Usually two things. We cocoon them and then we merge with them right away. There will be all kinds of entities that will merge with them to relieve the pain of that.
You don't absorb all of it?
No, it immediately. It's like a blotter that you blot up ink and then the ink disappears on the blotter. No, we're total neutralizers of negative energy.
There we go. That's, to me, that whole idea of the merging helps us advance so we don't have to come here. You know, if that satisfies our curiosity, for our, well, basically our curiosity, whatever that curiosity is.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I just want to show that I did my homework. This is an empty glass.
Oh, very good.
All right, fantastic. But it's fascinating to consider and just kind of speculate about what is it that would satisfy someone's curiosity enough versus
Right.
versus experiencing it from one's own willpowers and like being in life, because that's your willpower having to figure it out. And I've reflected on that off and on over time.
Well, to me, it's like it comes down to a personal curiosity. How deep is your curiosity? You know, is it just, well, what would that be like to do to be in that situation? Or it might be a case of, am I capable of doing that?
Mhm.
Am I capable
Exactly.
of overcoming these things? If that's the curiosity,
Yes.
that almost entails that you would want to come into a life to go through something like that and see what you're made of. See what you're, you know, that's the testing of your metal,
Yeah,
tempering of your metal.
absolutely. Absolutely. I can think of things that I might have like a curiosity about. I was like, I wonder how this person handled X, Y, and Z situation. I might
Yeah, which you would get in a merging.
Right. Right. And I might, consider that and add it to my, my context of knowledge. I can envision that. I can imagine that. But if I'm sitting here and I'm thinking back to the hardest problems that I've had to face in my life, and then I think about the most joyful things that I put blood, sweat, and tears into in order to achieve, like those are things that I learned about myself, and that I'm certain everyone else, if you're reflecting on the most difficult things you've gone through as well, like that, it's just unquestionable. Like the learning is about learning about oneself, and I think that is that in itself is its own kind of ecstasy in a way. It's so joyful and cool and neat and mind-blowing to just sit and reflect like, wow, I survived that. I was able to meet the moment.
If you're reflecting on it, some
Yes.
of us get caught up in, oh, poor me, poor miserable me. I'm the one that has to do all this work all the time and nobody else wants to help me. Then you're not curious.
Mm.
Then you're not reflecting.
Yeah.
Last night at our Toastmasters meeting, the impromptu speaker or impromptu person asked me, it was related to appreciation, the question and the theme of the evening. Can you be appreciative? I'm trying to remember the exact words. Can you be appreciative? Oh, darn it. It wasn't about wealth. It was about being abundance. With abundance, can you be appreciative with abundance and without? And one of those surprising knowledge that came to mind, it seemed like out of the blue came to mind, was it's all about perspective. Are you appreciative? You know, yes, you can feel like you're, oh, miserable me, I'm the only one that is doing this, that can do this, and no one else can. Or have you been mentored to recognize and appreciate the challenge of hard work?
Mm-hmm.
And the flip to that was, if you've got abundance, can you be appreciative? In what popped out of my head, into my head to say was, money can't buy happiness. Yes, you can be appreciative. Yes, money.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Abundance has both sides too. It depends on your perspective. You can be appreciative with abundance and without. All right, now I've lost the darn question here because I know we ran off into this tangent about what.
So you were talking about Toastmasters, and before that we were talking about learning about oneself and the difference between merging for experiential knowledge. Go for it.
And satisfying the curiosity of achieving something. That's what it was. Going after and achieving something. Yes, if you're reflective on it, if you've been shown or you've learned how to be reflective, then you can appreciate the challenges and appreciate what the challenge accomplishes and what's your goal. Can you run up the stairs if you're an athlete? Can you run up the bleachers 10 times that day? And maybe by the end of the week, you'll be doing it 15 times, running up and down the bleachers as fast as you can. Mm-hmm. What has that accomplished? Are you offering yourself appreciation for doing those things? I hope that made the point because it was about, can you be, I think I recall you mentioning, can you be appreciative of accomplishing things here? Can you be appreciative of, oh, I'm helping the elderly live out their life and prepare themselves, or doing daily activities with them.
Oh my goodness, yes. For as long as I can remember, I have always loved sand and deserts and dunes. Like that has been a happy place, and that is bizarre. I don't know anyone who likes the desert, not a single person. And I had a very, very interesting, very powerful past life regression experience, kind of meditation once, and I was trying to figure out. I was just trying to ask, where did this this particular point of entry is the wording that Francine uses. Where did this particular point of entry for me not wanting abundance come from? Like materialistic abundance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think that's something that people who have gone through past lives of poverty have had to overcome, is to think oh, no, I am worthy of abundance, because I feel like a lot of times people are fighting over scraps instead of trying to think big. And okay, great. So I was more thinking where did this point of entry come from? And I was surprised because my recollection went back to this, and it was so powerful. And bizarrely, I was so happy that it brings tears to my eyes. I was so happy. Where I had a small life in the desert, and it was like the desert, man. There's nothing there, and I had such a meditative experience of the beauty of just the starkness and the drama and the art of this. Even though I was just it was just a small life that so simplistic, but it affected me so deeply that I felt like the richest person in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Perspective of an appreciation. Yeah.
Perspective and appreciation. Oh my gosh. I did not think I was going to cry, but yeah. And it's fun when we come across these things, and I had not a similar epiphany. It was an epiphany. My friend and I, we took our at the time we had the racing style 3-wheeler Honda 3-wheelers. Yeah.
Before they had forced you into the 4-wheels, ATVs. The two of us got lost in Yosemite trying to get from the East Bay out to the Nevada desert. We got lost in Yosemite. Then we finally found our way out. That was a fun adventure. Mm-hmm. We found 120 that cuts over the hill. Well, anyway, out in the desert where his brother lived and worked for a mining company, there was a off-road race going on out there too. So that's what we were going for. We brought our bikes with us to go play out in the desert for a couple days. In this particular desert, wide open space, it's like dry cracked dirt desert, not sand. And in the middle of this,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
in the middle of this open space, there's a sand dune.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, hello, this doesn't belong here. This is kind of out of place. As you know, we see it out there, and we go running, riding out to it, and we go playing on it, and like we would if we were out in the dunes at a beach or something. And I stopped and got off my bike and just sat there, and I had this one of those wonderful epiphanies of, oh, this is a special place, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. And I just had to sit there. There was nothing significant. There wasn't anything significant. I was in the middle of the desert on this dune that's like in the middle of nowhere. And okay, well, what I almost think of like, what purpose did that serve, kind of thing.
Sure.
Well, it was kind of like a droplet of, hey, enjoy this while you're here, kind of thing.
Oh,
So it's fun. It's fun to come across those things, and you don't know exactly what it's for, but there was something special about it. So grab the
special. It's life. Yeah.
It's like, grab it with you. Keep that memory and use that when things are miserable. You can stop and remember. Oh, you remember that time in the desert? What the heck was that about? But it felt really good.
Oh,
So that's a
Tremendous.
fun memory for you to have, to maintain, use for, when you're feeling miserable, of, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere. You think of, I remember feeling really good about this kind of situation. Cool.
man.
Anybody else have?
Yeah. Yeah, we've Ramonish says, Reverend Tom, that reminds me of the movie It's a Mad, Mad World.
Oh yeah.
Cool. And she says, and Reverend Cat, I so love your testimony. Oh, thank you. Just happy to share. Esteban says, that's beautiful, Cat. Thanks for very happy to share. What I want to share is that we have power of perspective, and those feel like cheap words to say, like, oh yeah, you can't control your perspective of something, but like it can be just mind
on.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Things were acting up again.
Oh no. Are we okay? Okay.
I think we're good now. I think we're back.
I need to like calm myself a little bit. Okay.
Go ahead.
So just the larger point is that the power of perspective that's not just fluffy words on a page somewhere. It is absolutely startlingly profound, and honestly, it relates to what you've brought up a couple times recently of Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah.
And he talks about that. I remember one of the anecdotes that Man's Search for Meaning mentions was that this individual was sharing their reflection of how they survived Auschwitz, and said that they found one of the many, like, the many good deeds that people tried to sneak in during that terrible time. And this person found an orange, and she talked about how this orange just changed her entire being on the inside, with just beauty and meaning and incredible purpose and incredible connection with the universe, and that she held onto this illegal orange for a month, and that was like the thing that got her through this unspeakable hell.
Yeah.
It was just this little orange, and that's power of perspective, man. It's powerful. Okay, done ranting, I think. Hopefully. All right, other comments. Aaron says, sometimes I think I was a nun in another life. Yeah, absolutely.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's
Ask
possible.
for ask your guide to help maybe poke some memories, pull them forward, and before you go to bed at night, ask for dreams. If you want to, if you don't want to meditate on it, ask for your dreams that you go and visit those times.
Absolutely. Tangel says, what were the parameters of abundance? I think it's different for each person. Yeah, I think it is different for each person. Again, I think it's a matter of perspective and our relationship to perspective. I would prefer to absolutely be a millionaire in this life. Like, let me not.
Right. We don't want to be exclusive.
No, and I've definitely told Asna many times, like, that I would use how I would use prosperity, how I would use abundance, and the good things that I would commit myself to doing if/when. All right. Good question. Esteban says, the fact that souls can walk through us and neutralize our pain is enlightening because we might think nobody understands our own personal pain. Oh my God, that's a really good point.
Bingo. That's a fun.
Yeah,
Glad you brought that up. So
that's fire, Chef.
that's two things that can really help a soul. I think one of them is knowing what it's like to pass over, how easy it is to you release out of the body. Many people have, because they haven't experienced it and it's not in their conscious mind, in this incarnation, it's a fear in the background. What's it like to die? I'm afraid of dying. When you let that go, that's a significant, when you help someone let that go, that's a significant change for them. And I think helping somebody understand, if not here, then on the other side, somebody can understand your perspective and help you be heard. I think that's another significant change for someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun realization. Now, granted, there's also then you can ask God to come and listen in as well and absorb your ranting and raving, but you can also ask your guide when you're asleep at night to, hey, come and help rub this out, or ring me out or something. And I was surprised. For me personally, last night, I went to bed and I said, all right, I know I'm going to bed late. I know I'm like super tired. And oh, by the way, and I would like to get up early, which I've been challenged with. I asked, I need some help, asking the divas in the room, I need some help getting rejuvenated. And, if I get up before the alarm clock, great. Well, I got up 2 hours. So I woke up 2 hours before the alarm clock. So, and I was like, oh, I'm not miserable. I'm awake. And my mind is like, okay, what are we going to do? How's this? And, and my mind was up and ready to go. And I thought, wow, that was helpful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is good stuff. I'd like to perhaps read a couple more comments and then we could maybe move on to our next segment, perhaps. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so my husband says the stream seems fine. That's great. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
You're so sweet. Aaron says, I think that when we go through a life, we see it both. We see it through our eyes and God's. And I think that there's some wisdom there. And I mean, it has to be the case because we are part of God. So yeah, it's lovely. Gardens shares a happy memory book or something that reminds you of a happy time, even photos. I love that. Thanks for sharing, Catherine and Tom. Good food for thought. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing. Yvonne says, Chris told me that I am on life 19 and I'm not coming back. I am so tired of my life. Queen, you have been through a lot of stuff in the last couple years. So I just send you nothing but love. And may it be as smooth as sailing as possible going forward. Goodness gracious. Hello to Moonlit Mom. Nice to have you here. Esteban says, here's a beautiful Arab quote for you, Kat. A generous man is truly generous out of what he possesses. So if you believe you possess abundance, you really have it. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I have like a small obsession over like the Bedouins of that area of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can tell you all sorts of things that a person on the other side of the world in California should not know. And yet, anyhow, I love that. I love hearing about all parts of that area of the world. All right, thank you, everybody else. And out of curiosity, while we're going into our next segment, if we wanted to share, if anyone's had readings with Chris, what life are you on, and what are your themes right now? I'd love to hear. Okay. So with that, our next segment, we've got going to hear about people should write creative things for each other instead of being, quote, fast givers of sympathy for grief. Electrical storms and proximity to oceans cleans the chakras. We're going to hear about negative ionization can cure some depression. We're going to hear about depression in humid climates. And lastly, astrological signs are there to offer us something to overcome about the sign in order to have spiritual growth, which is so cool.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so when a new soul comes back home to you, people want to share that and gain from that. And so the greater the level of experience, then the more we want to share that. Because years ago, Francine said to me, of Sylvia, so funny, we can never seem to get to Sylvia over here on her side when she's with us because the line is miles long for people who want to merge with her. And so they want to pull from her all
the varied experiences. Any soul that's had a lot of experience, when all of you go back, you will have many lines of people that want to experience. And the more complicated the society becomes, such as now, the more souls you will have that will want to experience what you've experienced. Because like I've told you, this period in time is so Holocaust in flavoring. And we, being the individual parts of God, are also learning. So it's one big, massive ball of knowledge and experience. We're the fingers of one hand. All the fingers, as Sylvia say, experiencing, but it's still just the one hand. I think by writing it down, that's what songs are about. That's what music is about. Anything that is a catharsis of. Listen to Bach or Mozart, some of the masters, or even the ballads, as it were. You will see man trying to, more in music than anything else, man really lifts his soul on the wings of music, because that is something that answers to the soul. On my side, we are constantly surrounded by music. So writing it down, writing lyrics, writing music, art forms, yes, is what neutralizes pain. Anything of beauty negates anything that's negative. So writing it down, that's why people send flowers, because it's even at funerals. Sylvia said a strange thing the other day. She said, life is degenerated now to balloons and flowers. And it really has. People are in the hospital, they give them balloons and flowers. People die, they give them balloons and flowers. People have a birthday, they give them balloons and flowers. You have a birth, they give you balloons and flowers. Life has been degenerated to a balloon, a helium balloon, and a flower. And that's tragic because people don't think to write a beautiful song, a piece of poetry. We become not only fast food in your lifetime, but fast givers of sympathy. I'll give you a balloon and flower and shut up.
Because we're all in shock then.
Oh, of course you're in shock.
We're shell-shocked. Who has time to create? Sylvia found time, but most of her poetry was out of pain.
But the greatest poetry, as she asked, is the catharsis of, and someone reading a poem, a book, on grief. There's books on grief, of how to beat cancer, of whatever it might be, give some people catharsis for. Sound, color, is probably the greatest cleansers of chakras. Strangely enough, and you're going to think I have gotten leave of my senses, electrical storms cleanse chakras. The electricity in the air literally vacuums chakras. And the only other thing that will cleanse chakras is ocean. Or by sitting by the ocean and just meditating.
Water is the greatest.
You have to get into it. But the sound of, the smell of, the pureness of, the eternity of, the depth of.
They still have these little negative ionizers that are supposed to simulate the ozone after an electrical storm. Are those good, bad, indifferent?
They're very good. Sylvia has had an ionizer in her room since she started doing readings too many years ago. Another thing about a negative ionizer, it makes plants grow like crazy. See, the one thing why desert is so good for so many people is because it creates a negative ionization. And negative ionization cures depression. That's why some people get very depressed in humid climates.
Yeah.
Because they have positive ions, and some people can't. It depends on the person, and another person may feel very good in a humid climate because they're carrying too many negative ions. It doesn't mean negative bad, it just means what your basal metabolism or your electrical. The fact that humid climates are not that good, and you can tell that by how everything rots. And it's a known fact that people do not live as long in moist, damp, humid climates as they do in drier ones. And that I have no disparaging regarding where people live, but I'm telling you the physiological body does not do as well in moist climates as it does in high, dry climates.
When you have a lot of negative ions, because I don't like the desert and high altitude, I like the seashore, the mist, and the moisture.
Oh, but see, that's a lot different than the humidity. Mist and seashore is a lot different than the equator, Hawaii, for instance, or the islands that have this tremendous hothouse effect. Tropics, yes. Oh no, the ocean is wonderful.
Back to spiritual DNA. Not merging. You said something really interesting about a lot of your personality is spiritually genetic. Now, we also know our personality changes depending on our life, depending on how many lives, how many overlays we put on. And then there's also perhaps, and this is the question, an astrological influence. Could you give me, I don't know, some thumbnail sketch about the relative importance of each of those as to our real personality?
The real personality is the sum total of the spontaneity of the entity. In other words, how it reacts or does not react to certain stimuli. I mean, that's the sum total of what the essence of the personality is.
Now, to better suit the theme,
The entity will pick a certain sign. Or we'll pick a sign that will rub against the theme in which they will have to overcome it. Well, I don't know anyone naturally better than I do Sylvia because I'm her guide. The other day when the ranger was talking to you and telling all of you to move the car and Sylvia was shooting you with a water gun,
As he's talking, it's great.
is very typical of what she would do in any lifetime.
So fun.
The physiological makeup has nothing to do with what the soul is. In other words, Marilyn has been short, dark, light, heavy, thin. Do you see what I mean? That has nothing to do with. But Marilyn would be recognizable anywhere in any lifetime.
So,
By her particular, yes, her persona, her essence. Shirley would be recognized in any life, anywhere, by her sum total of her essence. Individually different from wants, needs, deductive and inductive reasoning, characterization, cause fighting, a million things that make up. Now, she will enhance that, she will make it better, she will elongate some, she will gain more spiritual knowledge through others. But no one will ever be disturbed over the fact that it is not Shirley or Marilyn, Harriet, whoever it might be.
What makes this all significant? Why is this important? My take is ask your guide to like knock on your head or knock on your shoulder or something, ring your ear and say, here's where this can help. Here's where this information is helpful. Ask them to help point out. I talked about this philosophy. You're going to get a whole lot of puzzle pieces, and then eventually you'll get one that connects 2 or 3, and then you'll get another one that connects groups together, and you go, oh my gosh, oh, that all now makes sense. Ask for those puzzle pieces. Ask to be informed. Why is this important information? It's going to come to mind in those, you'll get those connections and you'll be like, oh my God, now I get it.
Yes, yes. That's really exciting when it falls into place. Always great encouragement. So over on Facebook, got a lovely comment here. It's from Christine. She says, I'm 35. I'm a humanitarian theme with a rescuer secondary theme. Oh, goodness gracious. I'll be here till I'm 94. So I think she's sharing from her reading with Chris. Came in with a dark gray mother and a dark ex-husband. Oh, goodness. I picked a good one this time. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's really similar to Sylvia, though, right? Humanitarian, kind of a tricky secondary theme, and Sylvia had a dark mother and a dark ex-husband. It's tough, but look how bright the light can shine regardless. Christine goes on to say, sometimes my impulse to rescue people from the whole situation overtakes the small humanitarian things I should be doing. And so I no longer focus on rescue as much, just small, kind acts. That is very lovely. My goodness, thank you so much for sharing. Esteban says, 38 lives, experiencer and peacemaker. It's lovely. Your peacemaker and experiencer themes both really come through in your posts over time, Esteban, I've noticed. It's really, really cool, man.
Now, I'm personally curious about is experiencer the secondary, and if so, what what do you feel is the challenge to not do?
Yes, that's good. I know there's a lovely, wonderful lady at our Campbell Church who described her themes as experiencer and caretaker. And she said that she had to really, really say no in life to situations of getting trapped caretaking for somebody. And she was like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to sit here. If I marry this person or I end up with this person, I'm going to end up taking care of them. And she really tried to like put her experiencer side first. That's what I recall her talking about. And she's so lovely. Older woman, and hearing about her life was just really, really lovely. That she's just like, no, I wanted to put my experiencing first, and just, there's nothing. I know that my knee-jerk reaction when I hear someone in America talk about that is like, oh, is this person like kind of like a little bit self-centered? But it certainly in no way has to be.
Right.
It's just putting your spirituality first. My
Right.
husband's an experiencer.
Yeah.
He's so curious about everything, and it inspires me. Love it. So,
But that's getting back to what purpose does it serve to know your theme, your primary and secondary theme? Well, that helps you understand your lessons and why odd things keep coming up. Things, challenging situations in your life. If you hadn't learned the experience, it comes back again. If you try to avoid it, it comes back again and confronts you.
absolutely. Garden shares, sometimes we think that it's dishonest to act positively when we really don't feel it. That's a really good point. She continues, but how we speak, and act, and react causes our mind to follow suit, which is why positive affirmations work so well. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for your thought. Really appreciate it. Some other comments. As I scroll up. Kaija says, I'm on my 35th and last life. My primary theme is caretaker and secondary is warrior. Huh, that is really cool. That is really cool. I bet I could imagine. I don't know what your experience is like, but I could imagine that combination making someone into a ferocious advocate for somebody. I could imagine wanting a lawyer who had that combination. Please fight for me. That's really, really, really cool. Tangela says her combination is rescuer and builder. And Ramona, I think Ramona says, Kaija, I believe we have the same themes, which again, now my mind is completely blanking. Caretaker and warrior. It's really, really neat. You know, my aunt is humanitarian and warrior. And I think Chris has a strong warrior theme too, so you can do like tremendous, tremendous positivity with that energy. So it's really, really cool. All right. Esteban continues saying experiencer is the first, peacemaker is secondary, and it makes sense because I love experiencing everything too. It's how I am able to sail through so much and nothing holds me down. Oh, marvelous. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Thank you everyone for your comments. And now I think maybe it might be meditation time.
That sounds familiar. Fun.
Cool. Very cool.
Now's the time for meditation for everybody to participate if you want in some rejuvenation. We encourage you to sit with your feet flat on the floor and your palms upward on your lap to receive that wonderful healing energy. For those of you that need to pay attention to what you're doing, don't pay attention to us, but by all means come back and listen to these wonderful meditations in the on-demand. And for the rest of us, let's get into this. Find a comfortable chair to sit in with your feet flat on the floor and your palms upward on your lap. Now, take 3 deep breaths to start relaxing the mind and the body. When you are ready, close your eyes.
Let the Spirit move through you. Surround yourself with a white light. Put gold light around that and purple around that. Feel yourself breathe in these ribbons of color and let negativity out. These white, gold, and purple ribbons instantly hook up to the divine, your God center, and to the God we serve and love, who holds us gently in the palm of his hand. Feel love travel down these ribbons of color and go right into your heart, threading through your mind and releasing all guilt. Say, I forgive myself, even if you feel that you have nothing to forgive. Do this because you have been so inundated through all the centuries with guilt. The Spirit of God moves through you and is constantly there with you, never critical or judgmental. Pray that you will become more and more like this as you move through your life. Give nourishment to your own life and the lives of your family and friends. These strands of color now thread through your whole body, down through the throat, torso, spinal column, digestive area, buttocks, and legs. This color, this feeling of love and God-centeredness will endure. Your intellect and emotion are cemented together, so you are impervious to being attacked by anything, even yourself. Allow yourself total self-control. Do not ever give it up to anyone else for salvation, love, caring, or your existence. Promise yourself that you will take care of and love yourself. Promise that you will no longer be tortured or victimized. No one can hurt you anymore. You can do this without becoming uncaring, unfeeling, or unloving. Of course you can. Say, I forgive myself, love myself, and I am in control of myself. Feel the energy coming through your entire body. From toes to head, you come up feeling absolutely marvelous.
Now, on the count of 3, come all the way back. 1, 2, 3. Fully and totally awake. Wow. Okay.
Lovely.
If you have any questions about what we shared, feel free to post in chat or email us questions to newspirit@novus.org. Of course, we appreciate the listeners, both live and on demand. You can show your appreciation for New Spirit Radio by sharing, liking, and subscribing. Check out our websites, novus.org, sylviabrowne.com, and chrisrightnow.com. Yes, half of you know we're on Facebook, and the other half know we're on YouTube. What else? Oh, Discord. Yes, there's sharing going on Discord as well. You can learn more about our philosophy by starting a study group. You'll get some support, a lot of fun information, and you can get a lot of questions answered about the philosophy. Church, my voice is cracking somehow.
Cool.
Maybe I should be falsetto or something. I don't know. I'm not sure where that's. Anyway, church services on the first Sunday of the month that we just went through. I don't know why I had daylight savings was usually on the second Sunday, but that's in spring that happens on the second Sunday. It was last Sunday was the daylight savings change. On the first Sunday of the month, you can watch the Sunday service recordings on Facebook and YouTube. They are classics of Larry and Sylvia. Meanwhile, I read the prayers for each of the different ceremonies. There is also in-person Sunday services in Las Vegas that is hosted by our Reverend Ellen Schloss. It's also live streamed on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group, which you can be invited to by putting your email in the website, and you should get an invitation. On the last Sunday of the month is a special Zoom service that you can participate in, again hosted by a Reverend Ellen Schloss, and you should get an invitation to that if you put your email in on the website to get the our newsletter. Now's the time for the novena I mentioned. It's a special prayer ceremony. If you're new, what this entails is we're going to say a phrase together, and I'll tell you here, and I'll tell you the phrase in a minute. We're going to say that phrase together 3 times, and then I'll tell you what question to ask, and we're going to do that 3 times. The phrase is, I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I will lead us off, keep us moving, and tell you the questions, but we'll do that 3 times. I'll tell you the question, and then we'll do that 3 times. What does that mean? It's well, if you want to think of it as a mantra, it's a reminder that we are a spark of the divine, and it goes with our tenet number 10 that says, let no one convince you that you are less than a god. Do not let fear imprison your spiritual growth. What I'd also like you to do is visualize that we are holding hands together in a either large open room, if you like, or even out in space. Very similar to some of the meditations where you visualize a velvet black sky. So I will lead us off. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. Now, ask for things for yourself. Okay, here's the second one. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. Now ask for things for others. Okay, and the last one. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. Now, picture our light going out like a beacon of light for others seeking this spiritual knowledge. Along those lines, think of something you appreciate from last week so you can carry that thought through next week to help keep you mentally appreciative, positive, and uplifted. Now, show your appreciation to Francine and Rahim for researching all of this knowledge, Sylvia for coming to this insane asylum of the universe to start this movement, and for showing us some peace of mind and grace while we're here, Asna for helping us and protecting us, and Father God for providing us the most prestigious school for us to experience, learn, and satisfy our unique spark of curiosity. Appreciate what Bob Ingold does for us, and especially Sammy and Javon for our wonderful theme music, our intro outros. Writing, setup, and hosting is Reverend Catherine Taylor. Editing, technical direction, and hosting is Reverend Tom Bigley. And now, a prayer by Sylvia. While you're listening, now's the time to post in the comments what we provided, what you heard, what was your favorite part, and I'll click on those as I read them. You'll see those in the video here when we conclude. Now, a prayer. I got to go get it first. There we go. Here's a prayer by Sylvia.
Pillar of Light Prayer. Dear God, we do not ask that you or your Son, Jesus Christ, descend to us. We want to ascend to you. We want to lift our hearts and spirits together as one, traveling up this golden thread, which is our soul, like a pillar of light, so that grace travels both ways. Let us feel ourselves ascend higher and higher to your blessing, to your grace, surrounding us in a purple flame, rinsing out all the negativity and all the hurts and disappointments we have gone through this year. May we bask in the blessing of all the good that we have done and feel the peace that descends now as we ascend higher and higher. Let this pillar of light shoot out of the room and begin to rise higher in the sky, because we want the power and the thrust of this to go higher and higher like a beacon of light, showing everyone in our world that Novus Spiritus does have the answers. Let us be more and more convicted that our soul is dedicated to the truest of this mission, to make a resolution now to rid the world of guilt and pain and devils and fear. Let our thread of golden light attach to this pillar of light. May we make the pillar wider, larger, bigger, so that on each new thread attaches, it becomes higher, larger, until it spreads everywhere. Amen.
And Kat's going to tell us.
God bless. Praying for peace and stability and the best spirituality possible for
so long.
See you next week. Good night.
You as if you were not there. All praise went to the Father. We were so unaware that through the years you've shed your tears for all the pain we bear. Oh, Asna, how we love you. Place no one above you. Always thinking of you. Bless your name. You are Mother God. You've planted every blade of grass, creator of the stars. And when I'm feeling down and out, you mend my broken heart. So now I sing this song of thanks because of who you are. Oh, Asna, how we love you. Place no one above you. Always thinking of you. Bless your name. You are Mother God. You're more than a friend to me. You give me everything I need. In your peace you hold me tight. You are the bringer of the light. With no fear we boldly stand. Because you hold this world in your hands. You are the truth. You are the hope and love we never knew. Oh, Asna, how we love you. Place no one above you. Always thinking of you. Bless your name. You are Mother God. Mother God.
Nah, hold on here. We're going to. What's going on? I'm waiting for the music. Do you want to answer her question?
Yeah.
Yeah, answer the question.
Victoria, I want to do a little bit of research and get some bullet points to send you out in Journey of the Souls as well. But if you're on Discord, I can ping you there. But let me give you the Discord invite real quick.
And if nothing else, you can send her an email to cat@novus.org to connect, and she can send you that way too.
Yeah, that's true. Discord's very fast, though.
Yes.
Yes. It's basically kind of like a chat program. So, just grabbing an invite real quick here. Invite people. Copy. Moving over to YouTube real quick. Because for some silly reason, I closed that tab a little too early. View my channel. Here we go. Okay, Victoria. if you pop over to, if you make an account for Discord, if you're not already on it, super easy. Just need an email. Then you can join right there. Very, very welcome, and I'll be super happy to actually do a thorough investigation, because I completely have empathy and understanding for what you were talking about. So, dementia, yay! Goodness gracious! Sending you lots of love.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, talk soon.
Glad you asked for it, and we'll see you all next week. Talk to you later.